Welcome back to Collinsville High School tonight, this cold December 18th. And we're going to welcome the second part of our doubleheader tonight, the boys basketball game, this high school basketball versus the Collinsville Cardinals versus the Skiatook Bulldogs. Woo! All right, here we go. I'm getting started tonight off a good foot. As we mentioned before, we're on Highway 20, and the only thing that splits these two towns is 75. So any game that you play, both towns come out, and they come out strong. We've got a lot of fans on both sides of the court. A lot of mullets, I guess, from the Skiatook football team before. We've got a lot of good fans from the Collinsville side as well, and we're hoping for an exciting one. Tell us some of the things, Logan. I'm Randall Dolan. This is Logan Wilt. Excuse me. Tell me some of the things, Logan, that's going to make this game successful for either team. Some of the keys of the game.
Well, the Cardinals are going to have to limit transition buckets. Skiatook likes to run out. They get a lot of their buckets off transition, so Collinsville's going to have to make sure they get back on defense. And another thing, limit easy looks from the three-point line. Skiatook, a really good three-point shooting team. If you get a hand in their face, it kind of freaks them out, and then kind of get out of rhythm. And third, control the tempo. Skiatook's going to want to run up and down with you. Don't be surprised if Collinsville tries to slow it down and just get the best shot possible. Key players for Collinsville, you have Seth Boomer, number 21. Don't be surprised if Skiatook tries to box and one him tonight. He's really good. Then you have Austin Archer, who he can always provide a really good spark. And if he can hit tonight, it's going to force Skiatook to have to make a decision. And then for Skiatook, we had Dontre Wilkerson. He did not travel with the team. He is not available tonight. He was their best player for Skiatook. So now it is number 5, Jake Surrett. He's going to have to take the load with Dontre out. Jake, really good shooter. Got to get a hand in his face, make it put on the floor, no drive. So it's kind of weird because Collinsville prepared for Dontre all week, and for him to not be here tonight, Collinsville still got to go out, play hard, play their game, and they can get out with the W.
So speaking of preparation, now we have a little bit of change. What's Coach Anderson looking at as he looks forward to the game plan? He says you mentioned the Bulldogs may try to box and one. Explain how that's going to work on Boomer and how Boomer's been effective shooting. A lot of good help, as you mentioned. The keys to the game for Collinsville are their guards. Tell me how a box and one affects Boomer and how Archer can really help that.
Well, a box and one is really, it's going to take Boomer out of the game, but we have Sean Kacheski, Riley Will, Austin Archer, Bailey Stamper. There's guys who can come in, knock down shots, force them out of their box and one. But really, Coach Anderson, what he said is there's nothing that he can say to make them to play hard tonight. We played them multiple times. Everyone knows who Skiatook is at Collinsville. Skiatook knows everyone from Collinsville. They just got to go out, play hard, and try to get the W.
We saw last week Collinsville had some problems with big men down low, and we've got some big men here for Skiatook. Do you think that's going to be an issue for them in this game, or do you think Coach Anderson's got his team coached up and ready to go?
He's got it coached up, ready to go. He has the game plan in for the big man of Skiatook, Jesse Haynes. He was out last year with an injury. This year he's back. He's probably the stockiest big we've seen so far, probably the most powerful. He'll back you down, really strong. But if they can keep him off the boards, make sure no trash buckets, that'll really help the Cardinals.
So as we're getting ready to start this game, we're bringing you to tip-off. Again, I'm Randall Dolan. This is Logan Wilt next to me, and Logan's telling me that Skiatook Bulldogs are going to come out. They're going to run and gun, and Collinsville is going to work to slow them down as they take good shots from the guards. Here we have the the starting lineup for the Skiatook Bulldogs. We have starting for the Skiatook Bulldogs, number 3, that's Stephen Upton. We have number 10, Hunter Sumner. Number 23, Garrett Massey. Number 5, Jake Surrett. And number 31, their big man down low, Jesse Haynes. Again, I guess they got the announcer a little bit by not having number 4, Dontre Wilkerson out here. And he was trying to make sure that everything was lined up right and got number 3, Stephen Upton, the recognition he needed. And as we move from the starting 5 for the Skiatook Bulldogs, we're expecting a loud night tonight because both the fan sets are standing up and cheering their guys on. We have number 11, Sean Kacheski. He's going to be starting at guard, the 6-foot senior for the Collinsville Cardinals. Riley Wilt gets to start tonight for the Collinsville Cardinals. You may know him pretty well, Logan. And number 14, Austin Archer. Number 21, as you mentioned, key player of the game for the Cardinals, Seth Boomer. And number 30, Keegan Hodges. So going with a little bit smaller of the lineup this week is Coach Anderson. And is that supposed to help combat that run and gun? Or what do you think Coach Anderson's doing here, going a little bit smaller against the Skiatook team?
Well, Skiatook plays 4 guard, 1 post. Collinsville 4 guard, 1 post. Keegan Hodges is kind of a hybrid. He can go down, bang down low, and he can also come out and play post. So it's a good matchup for the Cardinals.
And it does mean the big Colton Vickers, who has been starting for the Cardinals most games, he gets to come off the bench. He gets to come off fresh. He gets to play hard for the Cardinals down low. You think he'll be a presence in the post as they move forward in this game?
Yeah, we're going to have to make sure that guys who come off the bench, same energy, come in, knock down some shots, and just cause some havoc for the Skiatook Bulldogs.
As we go to tip off, good sportsmanship. Like you mentioned, these guys probably all know each other. We got good.
Little surprise, though, a rivalry game.
Oh, yeah, good hand swats. We're going to start off at least cordial tonight as you hear the crowd getting into it, and we're at tip-off. Haynes gets to Sumner. Sumner who's going to get it up to Upton, and Upton's going to take the ball, for the Bulldogs. Wilt defending on him, and it looks like Collinsville's come out in a little makeshift zone there as number 30 for the Bulldogs starts them off hot. That's not Jesse Haynes.
Jake Surratt.
That's Jake Surratt, He's listed as number 5 on my roster. That was my problem there. So Jake Surratt coming out with an early 3, and he gets it going for the Bulldogs.
Seth Boomer drove in there, missed the layup, but the Cardinals will get the ball back.
So you already see some tough defense there from the Bulldogs as Boomer looks to slow it down for the Cardinals. Boomer gets it into Archer. Archer gets it into Kacheski. Kacheski turns fast. He's just off the mark. Rebound, Boomer, and he puts it up. He's fouled. So you see some good hustle there from Boomer. He knows that they have to get out fast this game. They had some problems doing that at Coweta, and so he's going to fight for that, and he's going to go to the stripe for 2.
That was a foul on number 10, Hunter Sumner, and that's another thing Coach Anderson preached is he said Skiatook really crashes the boards hard, and so he wants Collinsville to do the same.
Boomer unable to convert on his first shot of the night. See how he does on his second. Second's inning good. And Surratt gets it to Upton. The Bulldogs tonight, they're going to be in black with the red numbers going from right to left this first half. The Collinsville Cardinals are going to be in the white with the light blue numbers. Quick turn and an off-balance shot by number 23, Massey, and that rebound goes into Hodgins, and Boomer's taking the ball down the court for the Cardinals. Gets it out quick to Archer. Archer sets up, takes a 3 himself. That's just off the mark. Deflected, but they're going to get Archer with the over the back, saying he hit the arm of number 23, Massey. So
you see the Cardinals crashing the boards, and that's a foul Coach Anderson can take. Hustle plays like that.
Upton takes the ball on the court. He's looking to drive. Good help defense by Hodgins. And gets it up to Surratt. Surratt with Kacheski defending him tough. And Kacheski with the steal. He's got Archer coming down with him. Good bounce pass. Archer's just off the mark. Boomer with the rebound. Gets it into Hodgins. Hodgins gets it up to Boomer. So the Cardinals playing tough, playing fast, and just trying to get every rebound they can.
Yeah, you see Sean Kacheski really D'ing up hard, getting in the grill of Jake Surratt, and that bothered him there.
Wilt takes the ball. He's going to get an open shot. He puts the floater up in and good. So Wilt, with his first points of the game, ties it up for the Cardinals.
See the Cardinals not settling so far, really attacking the paint.
And Wilt with some tough defense. You see some hard defense here from the Cardinals early as Surratt gets up, and he's defended well, and that's off the mark. Out to Boomer. Cardinals driving, get it into Archer. Archer's wide open for a layup, and that's another 2 points for the Cardinals. So the run and gun seems to be helping the Cardinals early in this game as the Bulldogs are unable to get back on defense.
Yeah, every week in practice we work on 2-on-1 drills, and they've really executed it well so far.
Haynes dribbling, spinning, and he puts it up. A tough shot. Hodges defending tight, and that's just a tough shot, and he makes it in and good. He's going to try to make it a 3-point play.
Coach Anderson wanting to walk there. I can see where he's coming from.
And again, that's Haynes. He's going to put that ball up in and good to make it 5-6 in favor of the Skiatook Bulldogs. You weren't kidding when you said it was going to be a physical game tonight. Everybody playing hard, everybody fighting for every possession, and you could feel it when these stands are getting rowdy.
So far you see Skiatook in a man defense.
Hodgins with the drive, he carries it, and that's up just off the mark, but he's going to go to the stripe, and another foul.
So already 2 team fouls for both sides, and we're only 3 minutes into the game, so both teams usually only 8 deep at the most. You're going to maybe see them go as much as 10 deep tonight.
Hodgins just off the mark with his first. That's the front of the rim as he tries to tie it up here with his second shot. Hodgins' second shot off the rim, rebound Sumner. Sumner gets it out to Surratt. Surratt takes it, gets it to Upton. Upton defended closely by Wilt. Gets it out to Sumner. Sumner's looking to pass, gets it up to Haynes. Haynes back around to Surratt. Surratt up to 23. That's Massey. He's off the mark with his 3-point. Long rebound gets to Archer. Archer's pushing the pace. Hodgins drives hard. That's his second drive of the game. He's off the backboard, and that's in and good.
Good job by Kagan Hodges to attack that, trying to make the defender make a decision. He decided to drop back.
You mentioned Kagan Hodges being that hybrid, being that one that can go out and in, and so far he's shown that on the offensive side, and it's rewarded him with 4 points. Haynes gets it down to Sumner. Sumner backing Boomer down. He's off the mark. Boomer with the rebound, and he's got help. Gets it up to Archer, who's wide open, and he'll lay it in for 2 points. So again, the Cardinals have found some running game, and out of nowhere, they're responding to Skiatook's misses.
So the total opposite of what the keys of the game were. Skiatook not getting any transition buckets, and on the opposite, Collinsville, most of their offense is coming from transition.
So you see uncharacteristically transition buckets, and Wilt will come off the game. Vickers is going to check into the game for the Cardinals. So the Cardinals going a little bit bigger now as they drop Wilt, and he's going to take a seat and come back here in a minute as Vickers comes out in the game.
And this is when you might see the Cardinals start to tempo and slow the game down. As you see here, Skiatook goes into a press. Arson Archer attacks Jesse Haynes, and that's a foul on him. That'll be his first.
And again, we see the Collinsville Cardinals this week, something they couldn't do versus Coweta, attacking the paint, attacking, drawing fouls, and really frustrating the Skiatook team.
So Skiatook already gone to a press. They've in a man, and then I believe that was a 2-1-2 press.
And the Cardinals extend their lead from the free throw line. It's now 10-6 with 3.5 minutes left to play in this first period. Both of them in good for Archer as he finds 2 points more, and the Bulldogs take the ball down the court. Upton sets up the offense for the Bulldogs. Looks like they're slowing down, playing a little half court. Massey, he's looking to drive. He puts in another off-balance floater. Rebound to Upton. Long rebound. Upton takes it down low, kicks it out to Sumner. Sumner with the jumper. That's off the mark. And rebound to Kacheski. Kacheski up to Boomer. Boomer, he gets that swatted, but the rebound goes to Vickers. Vickers out to Hodgins. Hodgins with just a little bit too much step, and that's a travel. And it's going to go back to the Bulldogs. So some good defense there from the Bulldogs. And we see number 30, Surratt, come out of the game. Oh, excuse me, he's going to inbound. That's number 10, Sumner, coming out of the game. And number 21, that's Jaron Knight coming in the game. So, Coach,
Coach Branscombe.
Coach Branscombe, yeah, sorry. I couldn't remember how to say it. Coach Branscombe, he responds with some bigs of his own. And Surratt's going to take it around the corner, and he's going to drive in for his second bucket of the night. Boomer gets it into Kacheski, down to Hodgins. Hodgins turns, looks to pass, gets it up to Kacheski. Back out to Archer. Archer looks, kicks it back up to Hodgins. Hodgins looking to drive again. He puts a tough shot up and in and good. So Hodgins, who's not known really for his ball handling skills, is now driven 3 different times, and it looks like they can't stop him getting to the basket.
Yeah, he's attacking Jesse Haynes, and there's a turnover there. Steven Upton tries to force something. Sean Kacheski will drive.
He's going to pull up. That's 2 more for the Collinsville Cardinals, and it's quickly 15-8 with 2 minutes left to go. And it looks like 2 minutes left to go in this first quarter, excuse me. It looks like the Bulldogs, they don't want any of that, so they're going to take a quick timeout. So what's Coach Anderson telling his team right now? He's telling them all of a sudden they're running and gunning, and it seems to be pretty successful. They're finding the open man, and they're making some good quick breaks, and already they have more offensive power than they had in 3 quarters of the last game. What's different?
Well, right now he's applauding them because they're doing a really good job at attacking the basket, and that was one of the things that he really wanted to do is attack the basket, try to get Skiatook in foul trouble. And on the defensive end, they're doing a really good job playing solid. You see Jake Surratt breaks free there one time, but for the most part playing real solid in front of their man, forcing turnovers, and you can't really be mad right now.
So we've got some quick moves and some offense from both teams, excuse me. And Boomer's going to take it in the middle of the lane, gets it out to Stamper, who's just in the game for the first time tonight. Stamper's going to check in as Hodgins is going to take a seat. And a quick pass down low to Upton. Upton with a wild reverse. That's off the mark. Rebound Haynes. Haynes will be fouled as he goes up with it.
See, there's some miscommunication right coming out of the timeout, and it has Vickers picking up his first foul.
Haynes will shoot 2. Haynes is off the mark, in front of the rim there for the Bulldogs. Wilt checks back in the game for the Cardinals. And that's going to give Kacheski a chance to take a breather. Haynes makes his second. That makes it 15-9 here with 1:39 left to go in this first period.
And you see Grant Appleberg will check into the game for
Haynes. He's going to get his first minutes of the game. You mentioned him earlier. He's a big presence. He's able to really assert his dominance down low. Archer with a bounce pass. That's just off the mark. Turnover to the Bulldogs. Massey drives down low, gets it in Surratt. Surratt with a 3-shot. That's in and good. So Surratt with his second 3 of the night, and that's going to bring it to a within 3 with 1:10 left to go in this first period. 15-12. Collinsville Cardinals ahead of the Skiatook Bulldogs. Collinsville looks to set up. Vickers gets the ball outside. Gets it into Wilt. Wilt swings it to Boomer. Boomer takes a quick 3-shot. That's off the mark. Long rebound to the Bulldogs. Upton takes the ball on the court for them. Upton dishes outside. A long 3-shot for Massey. That's off the mark. Rebound Stamper and Boomer and a good box out. He gets the ball up. Tries to get it to Archer. That's off the Bulldogs, it looks like. And that's going to be Cardinal ball. Inbound, Boomer. Oh, late check in there. Kagan Hodges coming in for Vickers. Colton Vickers is going to take a seat as Boomer inbounds. Boomer into Wilt, into Stamper. Stamper back to Boomer. Boomer into Wilt in the corner. He's got a wide open 3-shot, and he's in and good. So Wilt coming in for some offense off the bench. And he makes it a 6-point lead with 20 seconds left to go in this first period.
Skiatook right there, daring him to shoot. They back off, so he takes that shot.
A long 3, probably 10 feet behind the arch, is shot by number 30, Surratt. He's off the mark, but the rebound goes to the Bulldogs, and that's up and in good. As Boomer takes a long 3-shot as the end of the quarter comes, it's going to be 18-14 here in Collinsville. This is Cardinal TV. We'll be back right after this.
In as little as 12 months, with a diploma from Spartan College, you could have a career in aviation and beyond. At Spartan, you don't just study airplanes, you're surrounded by them. Some 40 at our flight campus, another 20 at our technology campus. This is a college where you can pilot planes, repair planes, learn everything there is to know about planes, inside and out.
Welcome back to Collinsville High School. We've got a great one shaping up here in this first quarter. 18-14, the Collinsville Cardinals ahead of the Skiatook Bulldogs. We've got physical play. We've got running. We've got points. We've got fouls. How did we get here to 18-14? What did Collinsville do to get those 18 points there, Logan?
Well, you see, they really ran up and down the floor a lot this quarter, something that you usually don't see. Austin Archer with 6. And Riley Wilt with 5, and Kagan Hodges with 4. So everyone trying to get in there.
Archer looks to add to his points, just gets it deflected, and that's out of bounds, but it's going to come back to the Cardinals. So Coach Anderson comes back out in this second period, and he's got his small kind of quick group back out there. And Wilt is the one coming off the bench for him. Gets it quick right back into Boomer. Boomer's going to stick a 3 there for Collinsville to extend that lead. Upton taking the ball down for the Bulldogs. Upton into Knight. Knight's checked back in the game for the Bulldogs. And he gets it to Surratt. Surratt's going to be fouled there by Kacheski, trying to keep him from having the wide open lane.
That's only his first foul.
Massey looks to inbound. He gets it into Knight. Knight takes a long 2 shot. And he's gonna find gold there. Boomer takes the ball down for the Cardinals. And it looks like the Cardinals are doing what you said. They're going to slow it down a little bit here, and they're just going to kind of get the shot they want. Kacheski gets it up to Archer. Archer's coming around, gets it back to Boomer. Boomer looks, drives the lane, dribbles through their whole team, puts up a shot, gets fouled, and he's going to go to the line for 2.
And that offense you see there, it's a really tough one to guard. It frustrates the defense when you have to play as hard as you can for that long. And you see when they start getting tired, that's when you attack them to the basket. And you saw there, Seth Boomer easily gets to the hole.
And Boomer's off on his first shot. You don't normally see that there from the charity stripe. He's going to try to extend the lead with his second shot. And Boomer hits every part of the rim, backboard, and it's good to make it 22-16 with 7 minutes left to go in this second period. Wilt defending on Upton as Upton brings it across half court. Down low to a cutting wide open Massey, and he's in for 2. Boomer to take the ball back down the court for the Cardinals. Gets it out to Kacheski. Kacheski pump fakes, tries to get down to Hodgins. Hodgins was kicking out, a little miscommunication, and that's a turnover to the Bulldogs.
So here you see some turnovers on the offensive end, some defensive mishaps. So they're going to really have to start buckling down. Now you see a turnover, Seth Boomer out in front.
And Boomer's going to put a floater up. That's off the mark. Archer immediately grabs it, puts it in for 2. So good defense leads to good hustle, which leads to 2 points for the Cardinals to extend this lead to 6. Upton spins, gets another cutting pass into Massey. That's last off Massey. And it's going to be Cardinal ball.
So both teams have gone 7 deep so far. And then you'll see a 1-3-1 press right here, 1-2-2. Cardinals try to attack this.
Coach Burchett for the Bulldogs checks back in his big lineup as Haynes comes back in the game for the Bulldogs. Archer's immediately fouled by Haynes as he tries to run the baseline.
That's his second foul with 5:54 left in the second. And that's a tough decision Coach Branchcombe has, because do you keep him in and force and try and attack him, or do you pull him out? Right now they've really used him on the offensive and defensive side of the ball.
Wilt gets it up to Archer at the top. Archer thinks about a long three, and he's just going to drive and put a floater up. That's off the front of the rim. Excuse me. Rebound, Bulldogs. Upton takes the ball down the court. Defended close by Wilt. Again, Wilt way out in defense, and it causes kind of an errant pass, but they recover. Surratt, recovers. Upton kicks it out to Knight. Knight with the three. And the big man who just checked in, or has been in the game a few times, he's made some long shots tonight. So that makes it a 3-point game. 24-21, Collinsville still ahead. Kacheski takes the dribble, gets it to Boomer. Boomer out to Archer. Archer with the spin move, gets it up to Kacheski. He's going to take a three. He's off the mark. Rebound, Haynes. Haynes into Surratt, into Upton. Upton drives the lane, kicks it out to Haynes. Haynes drives. That's off the mark. Rebound, Wilt. Wilt up to Kacheski. He's got Archer with him. Gets it down to Archer. Archer takes a 10-footer. That's in and good. So the fast-paced game's really helping out the Cardinals so far in this first half. Upton takes the ball down for the Bulldogs. Gets it in to Sumner, who just checked back in the game. He passes it down low to Upton. Upton with the reverse, and that's in and good for two for him. So that backdoor cutting pass seems to be the only thing that's really working for the Cardinals there, and it seems like it's the Bulldogs. It seems like it's been there every time they've gone to it.
And they're kind of running the same offense that Collinsville's running, a dribble motion, and you see Archer with the rebound there.
Yeah, Boomer with the spin move, Archer with the rebound. And we have a travel by Knight. It's going to go back to the Cardinals. Coach Anderson not happy with how their defense has been playing right now. And he's going to sit Archer. He's going to talk to him a little bit about it. And number 22 for the Cardinals, Cooper Fenderson, comes in the game, and he's getting his first minutes for the night.
Yeah, he had a hot JV game. He came out and had multiple threes, and we'll see if he can provide a spark on the offensive end.
Boomer carries the ball for the Cardinals as they set up their offense. It looks like Fenderson is going to be defended by Appleberg. So there's a different mismatch there, hopefully in favor of Fenderson. It looks like he can exploit it. They're going to set him up and see if he can drive. Fenderson gets it out to Wilt. Wilt drives to an open lane. They collapse on him, gets into Hodgins. Hodgins takes his dribble, gets an easy lay-in there.
See, right there, they start tempoing. The Skiatook Bulldogs force them to come out and really pressure, and that's when you see they drive right by him and an easy horse shot right there.
That's into Haynes. Haynes backing down Hodgins. Hodgins, I guess, fouled him. It looks like Hodgins slipped, but they're calling a foul, and they're saying Haynes made his buckets, and he's going to try another foul. That's the second foul tonight on Hodgins. And the official's explaining to him exactly what he did, because I don't think Keegan Hodges knows what he did apart from fall down this time.
So shooting one.
And he completes the three-point play to make it a two-point game with 3 minutes left to go in this first half, 28-26. And we've got a great game on our hands, brought to you by the Collinsville Cardinals and the Skiatook Bulldogs. Wilt takes the ball for the Cardinals up top. He gets it into Boomer. Boomer, who is not in any hurry. As we can tell, he just takes his dribble, gets it back out to Fenderson. Fenderson back up to Kacheski, gets it up to Boomer. It looks like the Bulldogs have come back in there with their box and one there. Gets out to Fenderson. Fenderson for three. He's just off the mark. Rebound, Surratt. Surratt down into Haynes. Haynes spins. He puts a shot up, and it looks like they've got a travel and a charge. So I'm going to see what they call here.
Yeah, it was a charge, so that'll be Haynes' third foul. And so that really hurt Skiatook. That'll force them to sit him down. And that's when you look back and you're like, man, should I have pulled him out? Or, I mean, he did provide a spark for him, so it was a good decision by keeping him in. But now he's probably going to sit for the rest of this half, and Collinsville Cardinals need to go on a bit of a drive here.
Well, you see good defense and good recovery there by Kagan Hodges. The first thing he did was was he got the foul the first time. He talked to the official, what did I do wrong, and comes back down and draws the charge. Collinsville on offense. Hodgins turns. He's got a wide open look. He's off the mark. Rebound, Appleberg. Appleberg gets it to Massey, who gets it to Surratt, and the Bulldogs threatening. Surratt kicks out to Knight. Knight gets out to Massey. Massey is, well, let's see what the officials called here.
They're going to call.
Thought Massey traveled, but it looks like it's a foul on Wilt. They're saying Wilt gave him a little bit extra shove there. And Fenderson comes out of the game. Archer checks back in for the Cardinals. Massey to inbound, gets it into Sumner. Sumner out to Massey. Massey up to Surratt, and he'll set up the offense for the Bulldogs. Tough defense, and the ball gets deflected back out to Massey. Into Appleberg, a few deflections there. Knight with another long two, and he's in and good. So a long two from Knight ties it up as we're about to go into this half. 1.5 minutes left before the first half, and it's tied up at 28.
Yeah, so he's really come off, has 9 points, really gave a spark to the Skytook team, and like you said, it's all tied up now.
And it's really been done by Knight out around the three-point arch. A bunch of them are twos. He only has 1 3, but those twos are long twos, just one step back and it's a three. And so it's not something you expect from a guy who comes in at, 6'3", 190 pounds, and he's really been a down-low presence normally for the Bulldogs. With under a minute left, Boomer's looking to take up all the time left. Gets it into Wilt. Wilt defended by Appleberg. Wilt kicks it back up to Kacheski. Gets it into Boomer.
They're trying to get the last shot here. Smart move. Not going to give Skytook the chance to go into the lead at halftime.
And as Collinsville sets up with 25 seconds left, Boomer takes the ball and holds on to it. Kicks it back up to Kacheski. Gets it back to Boomer. With 10 seconds left, gets it into Wilt, and here comes the offense of the Cardinals. Wilt with Knight defending. Goes to kick it out, gets it into Boomer. 4 seconds left. Boomer with a long three. That's off the mark, or it could have been a pass into Wilt. Either way, at the half, we've got a great game here. Brought to you by the Cardinals of Collinsville and the Skytook Bulldogs. It's all tied up 28 at the half. War Cardinal TV. We'll be back right after this.
In as little as 12 months, with a diploma from Spartan College, you could have a career in aviation and beyond. At Spartan, you don't just study airplanes, you're surrounded by them. Some 40 at our flight campus, another 20 at our technology campus. This is a college where you can pilot planes, repair planes, learn everything there is to know about planes, inside and out.
Welcome back to Collinsville High School. We're here at halftime at a great game. As you mentioned, Logan, it's a rivalry game. A lot of things are happening for both teams that are a little bit off what the game plan was, yet they're making it happen. They're battling. We got mullets out here. We've got fouls. We've got points. We've got foul trouble from the bigs. Tell us some of the ways that we got to 28-28 and how it's been kind of an unorthodox game for both these teams.
Well, Collinsville came out early in the first quarter, really started a lot of transition buckets, attacked 2-on-1, did a really good job at that. Played really solid defense. Towards the end of the second quarter is where kind of got a little lackadaisical, maybe got a little tired, fatigued, which you can't have that in a rivalry game. It doesn't matter how good one team is and how bad the other team is. Whenever it's Skytook versus Collinsville, it's always a close game.
Well, tell me right now, if you're Coach Anderson, you played a really good 1.5 quarters there. I mean, really good. All your shots, you're making great passes. You're really exposing this Skytook Bulldog team. And yet, at the end of the half, they come back. The Skytook Bulldogs do. They battle back. How did they get back in the game? What do you think Coach Broncham told them to get them back in this game?
Well, one thing they can do is they can get back in a game like that. They're so great shooters. They up-tempo game. So he's got to applaud them for battling back. But Coach Anderson, he's got to make sure that the players stay focused, which he's doing right now. He's talking to them about their defensive laps because they've had a couple of those. And Skiatook's been able to go on a couple of runs where Collinsville hadn't been able to score, and Collinsville can't have that. They have to stay steady throughout the game, and we'll see if they can come out with some firepower the second half.
So coming from Collinsville's side, Coach Anderson's going in there. He's focusing his team up. Tell us what the Skiatook Bulldog side's going to say, because, I mean, the inverse, you look at it, they played not great the first quarter and a half, yet they're tied at halftime. They had some unexpected players come up and score a lot of points. How do you go through it the second half? What adjustments do you make, if any, and what is he telling his team right now?
Well, right now he's telling them great second half to the second quarter, but they had way too many turnovers the first quarter and a half. Way too many. Allowed Collinsville to get outrun, which they did not expect Collinsville to do. They, like you saw towards the end, they started slowing them down because they were unable to get some defensive stops, so they were going to have the ball on the offensive end where Skiatook doesn't have the chance to score. So right now he's talking to them. They haven't had any fast break points. You've seen Jaron Knight come off the bench, provide a spark of 9, which Collinsville really didn't honor his shot until tonight. Now you're going to see them get up and really pressure him, force him to drive, get in his face. Jake Surratt, he has 8 points tonight. You haven't really heard of him, though. It's been a silent 8. Comes out with the bang to start the game off with the 3 points. But so far, he's just been kind of silent, moving around the court, all the spots. And don't be surprised if you see him come out and really make a name for himself this second half.
Well, like you mentioned, Jaron Knight with 9 points. And again, he's considered one of their bigs. He plays a lot on offensive, defensive, down low, but he's found some open looks on the outside, and all of his 9 points have been long twos and 1 3. How do you think Coach Anderson adjusts to that, as he's their leading scorer for the Bulldogs in this first half?
Well, he's had Seth Boomer take a step back, which he knows Seth can get up and pressure him, so he's going to have Seth probably get up. If Jaron Knight probably won't start the second half, but when he comes in the game, whoever's guarding him, get up a step ahead into him and pressure him. That's all you got to do is pressure him. Don't let him have the easy shots like he's been able to have.
And as we mentioned, Skiatook Bulldogs, they're known for running and gunning and just trying to run you ragged. Whereas the Collinsville Cardinals have come out and they've been better at the running game and not so good at slowing the tempo down, and the opposite for Skiatook. So if you're used to running and gunning, as Coach Bertram is, what do you tell your team at half to be like, hey, are we going to pick it up or do we slow it down, something that's been productive for us?
Well, they're probably going to stick to the game plan, whatever theirs was. They're going to try and come up and run and gun. It wasn't very good the first half. Towards the end of the game, they really started to knock down shots and stuff. If they can hit shots, they can play any type of offense.
We're midway through halftime. We're going to give a quick shout out to our sponsors who help us do this. Cardinal TV for you. That's Rogers State University, JTeamDesign.com, RCB Bank, that's my bank, Bigfoot Prints, All Red Hardware, and Body Coach. Again, they help us make this possible for you at Collinsville TV. Halfway through the half quarter, we're tied up at 28. We're Cardinal TV. We'll be back right after this commercial break.
In as little as 12 months, with a diploma from Spartan College, you could have a career in aviation and beyond. At Spartan, you don't just study airplanes, you're surrounded by them. Some 40 at our flight campus, another 20 at our technology campus. This is a college where you can pilot planes, repair planes, learn everything there is to know about planes, inside and out.
And we're back at Collinsville High School, and we're getting ready to tip off this second half. The first quarter owned by Collinsville. They were kind of all over it. They were running and gunning, what seems to be the Skiatook Bulldogs staple. And yet that second quarter, Skiatook came roaring back with some good play from some of their bigs. Good spin moves down low. Jesse Haynes, he's got 7 points for the Bulldogs, and he's found the line a whole bunch. And as we're listening to Prince up here tonight, we've got their other surprise was Jaron Knight, and he's come up pretty big for the Bulldogs. And the big key here coming to the second half is the reason we mentioned the bigs is the bigs for both teams have been playing well. Kagan Hodges has come on. He's not known as the ball handler of the team, but he's really driven and he's laid it up. He's shown he can drive. He's made 6 points tonight. But let's feature something else about these bigs. They've played tough. They battled. They've been very physical, and almost all of them are in potential foul trouble. How does that affect us moving forward, Logan?
The biggest one is Jesse Haynes. He has 3 fouls. You saw Kagan Hodges take a charge there. So I would not be surprised if you see Jaron Knight come start the game. But Jesse Haynes will be in there. I know Coach Branchcombe told him, you got to be smart now. You have 3 fouls. We can't afford to have you on the bench.
We've seen the Cardinals and the Bulldogs both go down into their bench. You said they don't usually go 7, 8 deep maybe, but they've both gone down pretty deep into their bench tonight to go with a smaller lineup, to go with a bigger lineup, to switch it up, to kind of change things up. Both coaches playing a little bit of chess tonight. What do you think the advantages of going big and small for the Cardinals tonight are?
Well, you saw when they were running and gunning, they were going small, had 4 guards in there, one post. Like I said, Kagan Hodges is a hybrid, so he can play post and guard. And then you see when Vickers comes into the game, Kagan turns into a guard, and then Vickers guards Haynes. And so it's good to have that change up. A lot of teams don't have a hybrid like Kagan Hodges.
So no change here in the second half lineups for either team. Coming out for the Cardinals, Sean Kacheski, Riley Wilt, Austin Archer, Seth Boomer, and Kagan Hodges out for the Cardinals. And for the Bulldogs, they're going to start Stephen Upton and Garrett Massey, Jake Surratt, Jesse Haynes, and Hunter Sumner.
Some foul trouble to look out for. Riley Wilt with 2, Kagan Hodges with 2, Sean Kacheski with 1. That's why you see the switch with Austin Archer and Garrett Massey.
And automatically some good defense from Boomer. Boomer's played some pretty good defense. A good swat from Sumner, but Hodges with the tough rebound. He tries to put it up. That gets deflected as well. So we've got some good defensive plays from both sides of the court to start off this second half. Upton gets it up to Massey. Massey out to Surratt. Tries to get it down to Haynes. Hodges playing some defense. Haynes drives down the lane. He misses. Gets overshot, and that's going to stay with the Bulldogs. Looked like Haynes really driving hard to the lane there. And looks like he may have taken an extra step, and Coach Anderson's not thrilled about it. Fadeaway jumper by Surratt at the 3-point line, so a really tough shot, and he makes the first shot of this second half as a 3 and puts the Skiatook Bulldogs up by 3, 31-28 in the first minute of this third period.
Yeah, the last time they had the lead, I believe, is when Jake Surratt hit the first 3.
Hodgins with the pump fake. He gets Haynes up in the air, but he misses the layup. And it's going to go back to the Bulldogs. Archer playing defense. Upton drives. Hodgins with some defense now. He's looking to drive. Gets it into Kacheski. Kacheski drives. He's off. Rebound, Boomer. So the Cardinals really getting some offensive rebounds here tonight. Some kind of rush shots there on layups here recently, but they've got their own rebounds, and they're really looking to play hard. Slow pass from Boomer, defended well by Surratt. Surratt gets it into Haynes. Haynes drives. That's blocked by Boomer. Up in the air. Surratt tips it in. And now it's a 5-point lead for the Skiatook Bulldogs. Boomer take the ball down for the Cardinals. He gets it out to Kacheski. Kacheski looks to drive, pulls it back, gets to Archer. Up to Boomer. Boomer's going to take a 3. That's off the mark. Rebound off Massey's foot, I believe. No, they're going to say it hit Kacheski last, and that's going to be Bulldogs ball. Coach Anderson's not thrilled. He's going to have the official come over, and he's going to talk to him for a minute and see kind of what's going on. He's taking a timeout. What do you think Coach Anderson's talking to this official about here?
Well, I think he's just questioning why they aren't getting the calls. They're attacking the basket. He feels like there's contact down low. So you see Coach Christian step in there, really trying to keep them focused, worried about the game as Coach Anderson talks to the referees.
So what's Coach Ryan Christian, what's he telling them right now? And Coach Anderson right now, he's picking up. As they've come out, they've had some decent looks. They've had some good drives just off the mark, but you want to keep it close in a game like this. How does he keep it close, and how does he bring them back?
Well, he's got to encourage them to keep going, attacking the basket. I know they haven't got fouls called yet, but if they keep attacking the basket, they're going to get fouls called eventually. Another thing is he's just got to keep them defensively sound. I know Jake Surratt hit a three there, a tough shot. He's got to keep them where they can't be timid. They still have to be aggressive, do everything like they did the first half.
All right, we're coming out of this break. It's 6 minutes left to go in this third period. And the Bulldogs are hot right now, coming in with 5 quick points of their own to make it 33-28. Sky took in the lead, and they've got the ball. Surratt to inbound, gets it to Upton. It's going to get back to Surratt. It looks like the defense is going to pick up for the Cardinals at midcourt now. Archer defending Upton close. Gets it into Massey. Massey back out to Sumner. Gets it into Upton, up to Sumner. Trying to get it down low to Surratt with Kacheski defending. Good defense, kind of an errant pass, and Kacheski gets the ball for the Cardinals. Kacheski setting up the offense. And it looks like we have a box and one again for the defense of the Bulldogs. They're definitely playing a zone, trying to make sure there's no inside presence for the Cardinals. And it looks like the Cardinals are content right now with just kind of seeing where they can go through. They're dribbling around, they're passing around, and seeing how they want to penetrate this zone. Swung out to Boomer. Boomer drives through most of the team, misses, but he gets his own rebound, and he lays it in good.
So now only a 3-point game. You see Seth Boomer still attacking the basket. A no call there, but he still gets his rebound. And they've done a really good job offensive rebounding tonight.
Upton down low. Again, we have number 21, Knight, for the Bulldogs. He's really brought it on. He's into double digits tonight for the Bulldogs. And Bulldogs not getting back in time. We have a block and the points. So Archer comes in. He drains it, and he's going to try to get 3 the old-fashioned way.
A good job by the Collinsville Cardinals to recognize that as Skytook was jogging back, Austin Archer was there all alone. And Skytook's going to call a timeout, and Coach Branscombe can't be happy with that. An easy basket allowed. And
he's going to call a quick timeout. He's going to make sure that the Bulldogs are set up with how they want to be. And my guess is he's telling them, hey, guys, the offense is kind of what we want, but we can't let them just drive through on defense. And you see, again, the heads-up play by Archer. He's been good at that this year, kind of making sure as soon as it's a transition, he's down the court quickly, and he's trying to get an easy bucket. So Hustle makes this at 4 minutes, 40 seconds left to go in this third period, 32-35. And you see both teams not willing to give an inch. Archer hit the floor there. He's holding on to his wrist a little bit, but you see physicality, and neither one of these teams, again, wanting to give the other one an inch, not wanting to give him anything. So Archer is going to go to the line. He's going to shoot one.
To note, Jaron Knight, that was his second foul, so both bigs for Skytook kind of getting into foul trouble.
And Jaron Knight, who's had an explosive night, he's not the leading scorer, but he's carrying the team here. He gets passed by Boomer. Boomer.
And that's Jaron Knight's third foul. He pushed it there out of frustration almost. And so a good job by Seth Boomer. You see there, the new rule change. Last year it was you had to wait till it hit the rim to go into the paint to get the rebound. This year it's on the release. And so you see Seth Boomer getting the quick step in there.
So a real big heads-up play on Knight. Frustrates Knight. He shoves him out of bounds. That's his third foul. He'll take a seat. And with 3 fouls, Haynes is back in the game for the Bulldogs, as well as Appleberg checks back in for Sumner. Boomer with the wide-open 3. He's just off the mark. Rebound, Haynes. And the Bulldogs take the ball down the court. 32-35. They've got a 3-point lead with 4 minutes left to go in this quarter. Nifty play by Upton. He puts a kind of off-balance shot and gets that to go and fall. Makes it 37 points for the Bulldogs to 32 for the Cardinals. Boomer takes it down, gets it to Wilt. Back to Boomer. He's going to pass to Archer. Archer's going to catch and shoot the 3. He's off the mark. Boomer with another offensive rebound. He's going to put that in. So Seth Boomer getting down low and really playing for rebounds the whole game, and he's got a great streak of offensive rebounds here for the Cardinals, keeping him in this game.
Yeah, he now has 9 points, and I believe at least 4 of them are offensive boards that he's put back, and you're going to see Seth attack the basket here.
And it looks like we have another blocking foul on Appleberg, and that's going to send Boomer. I don't know if they had him in the shooting motion or not. I think they're going to inbound there, and Appleberg's going to pick up a quick foul as Vickers checks in the game for Wilt.
Seth kind of smiling there after that blocking call.
So Boomer playing very hard right now on offense and defense. He's really making a lot of things happen. He's rebounding well, and you see, again, all the Cardinals really attacking, but they're also attacking on the rebounding. Archer back up to Boomer. Boomer to Archer, trying to get it down low to Vickers. Boomer drives, puts up a floater. That's off the mark. He gets his own rebound, puts it right back up. That's off the mark. Appleberg to rebound for the Bulldogs. Upton takes the ball down the court. It's into Massey. Massey steps, shoots. He's off the mark. It's off 2 or 3 different players. There's a scramble for the ball, and it looks like I haven't seen an official call yet, but we have
I think they're going to give Sky took the timeout.
Okay, it looks like Sky took gained possession, and they called a full timeout here, and they're going to slow it down. As we have a second, we're going to do another live read of our sponsors tonight. They help us put this Collinsville Cardinal TV, make it happen. We have Rogers State University, Body Coach, All Red Hardware, Big Footprints, RCB Bank, That's My Bank, and JTeamDesign.com. Those sponsors, again, they help us make this possible so you can watch from home and you're able to enjoy this, even though it's electric in this building tonight. We have a lot of fans. It's only a 3-point game. It's a 1-possession game. The Cardinals have shown, both teams really showing signs that they've got some good things going on offense and defensively. Boomer, one of the highlights for the Cardinals is, as usual tonight, he's making an impact on his rebounding skills.
The one thing you notice is the Cardinals aren't shooting very well to start the second half, but they are crashing the boards, getting easy shots, and that's what's really helped them.
Inbound down low for the Bulldogs. They get it into Upton. Upton into Surratt. Surratt looks to drive, takes a lay-in, and that's off everywhere, and he makes it. So 39-34 in favor of the Skytook Bulldogs as Boomer takes the ball down the court. Kucheski swings it to Archer. Back to Kucheski, out to Boomer. Back to Kucheski. Back to Archer. He's going to get it back to Kucheski. And Boomer's going to hold and set up the offense again.
And as Skytook goes to 2-3, Collinsville will set up their attack for that. Austin Archer for 3.
And he's going to drain it. So he catches and releases. Hasn't been falling for him tonight, but that one did. And it makes it a two-point game. The Collinsville Cardinals falling behind right now, 37 to Skytook's 39. Appleberg down low, takes a dribble, spins. That's off Vickers. That's a good block by Vickers. Boomer's taking the ball down quick, and he's going to attack Surratt. Surratt strips the ball. Boomer grabs it again, and he lays it in and good.
So Boomer with another offensive rebound. I bet he's got at least 5 tonight.
Heads-up play by Boomer right now has the Bulldog fans kind of frustrated, wishing their team would grab the ball. Appleberg in down low. He lays it up. He's in and good. So just when the Collinsville Cardinal tie it up, Appleberg responds, and that he brings it to a 2-point game again for the Bulldogs. Archer out to Boomer. Gets out to Kucheski. Kucheski into Boomer. Boomer takes a 3-point shot. He's off the mark, and Vickers tries to run it down. That's going to be out of bounds to the Bulldogs.
See good hustle by Colton Vickers. Riley Wood will check into the game for Austin Archer.
And Haynes comes in with 3 fouls for Appleberg. So if you're Haynes, 1:20 left to go in this game, in the third period, you've got 3 fouls. What's your mentality down low?
You still got to be aggressive. You can't get passive just because of 3 fouls, because your main worry is the W. You don't care about your self-individual stats.
Some good defense by Kucheski leads to a miss by Surratt, but that's going to go out of bounds to the Bulldogs. Inbound, he floats it. Massey floats it up. That's off the mark. Kucheski comes out with it. He's looking to pass to Vickers. Vickers takes it, And he's going to be fouled as he goes up. That's number 10, Hunter Sumner, fouling Vickers. He's going to take 2 shots and see if he can tie this game up with 57 seconds left to go in this third period.
So that's Hunter Sumner's second foul. We'll see if Vickers can make these. These would be huge.
One of the things we're seeing right now is a lot of fouls by the Bulldogs. The foul differential right now, 4 team fouls for the Bulldogs to 0 for the Cardinals. So what have the Cardinals done from the second half to really draw that many fouls?
Well, the reason for the difference is because Collinsville's attacking the basket. You see they're running out, attacking 2-on-1. Skiatook, they've been settling. You see Jake Surratt with a fading 3 in the corner. Probably not the best shot. He can hit those. Colton Vickers ties it up. Ethan Davis is checked into the game. He's going to try and play some tough on-ball defense.
And number 5 for the Bulldogs is checked in as well. So both teams coming in with some subs, some guys who have yet to hit the court. And that's going to be Brendan Babb, number 5 for the Bulldogs, is checked in and getting his first minutes of the game. So Riley Wilt comes in. He picks up his 3rd foul. Gets it down to Haynes. Haynes with Vickers all over him. He puts up another 3-point play. So you're right about him being aggressive. He draws the foul, makes the play with another tough 2 points for Haynes. And Haynes is off the mark. Boomer catches, and he's immediately driving. He looks to go in on Massey. Spins, puts it up. That's off the mark. Grabs his own rebound like he's done all game. That's off the mark, too. Vickers with the rebound. He puts it up in and good. So maybe that time Haynes has a little bit of hesitancy with his 3rd foul.
Yeah, Collinsville really attacking the offensive boards, doing a good job.
Surratt looks to take it down low, and Vickers is going to pick up another foul. So back-to-back foul from Vickers, and he's going to be in some foul trouble right now as we get ready to move into that 4th quarter. So Vickers with 3 fouls, and Coach Anderson's got to worry about his big man now.
Yeah, he has 2 fouls with 8 minutes and 19 seconds left, so he's going to keep Vickers in the game, have him finish out the quarters, and then you'll have to see Archer and Sean get back into the game, and he's just trying to give them a break right now.
And both off the mark for Surratt to keep it a tie game with 18 seconds left. And Boomer's going to slow it down, recognizing the time on the clock. And he goes to set the offense up. Wilt out wide. And a foul again, way off the ball, as Boomer gets hit in the face by Massey. And they're still kind of rubbing on each other over there. Those 2 guys have been playing hard both ways, and both of them don't seem to like each other too much right now.
Yeah, and so you see Austin Archer and Sean Kachesi come in, try and get this last play.
4.7 seconds left. Boomer takes the ball. He's going to drive. Stripped by Massey. Archer picks it up. He shoots a long 3. He's off the mark. Another offensive rebound by Kacheski, but that's a little late. So, again, another great quarter from both teams. We got a great one going in this 4th quarter right now. It's 43-43 from Collinsville. We'll be back right after this.
In as little as 12 months, with a diploma from Spartan College, you could have a career in aviation and beyond. At Spartan, you don't just study airplanes, you're surrounded by them. Some 40 at our flight campus, another 20 at our technology campus. This is a college where you can pilot planes, repair planes, learn everything there is to know about planes, inside and out.
And we're back 43-43 going into the 4th quarter. It's been neck and neck all game. There's been swings by both teams. Collinsville going up, Skiatook coming back, going up. So we're here for an exciting 4th quarter.
Yeah, the last 8 minutes are going to say a whole lot about how these teams move forward, even in the division. So we've got, because a lot of them are in gridlock in this division right now as it's early in the division, and somebody's going to come out ahead. Hodgins looks to drive as he did well in the first half. He picks up the foul, and he's going to go for the three-point play. So again, Kagan Hodges, something we haven't seen since the first quarter, picks up the ball and drives the lane, something we haven't seen from him really all season, and he's successful.
Yeah, he's been starting to attack the basket. You see, he's given pump fakes on the perimeter, has had guys jump out on him, and that's when he's driven, but he's really attacked the basket well tonight.
So Jaron Knight comes back in the game. He immediately picks up the rebound, and he's got his 3 fouls. And Sumner set down with 3 fouls. So 8 minutes left to go. The Bulldogs having some foul problems. Something to think about moving forward here. Massey gets a long 3 by Surratt. He's off the mark. Knight with the rebound, so he comes in and makes his presence known. Upton out to Massey. Massey drives on Boomer. Boomer with good defense, blocks the ball, but Massey gets it back, spins. He's off the mark again. Rebound Haynes. And Vickers is going to pick up his 4th foul now as Haynes is just battling down low. So taking a page from the Cardinals' 3rd quarter, the Skiatook Bulldogs have come out with amazing offensive rebounding.
So you see Collinsville in the bonus, next foul. Skiatook, Collinsville only have 4 team fouls, so Skiatook still needs 2 fouls to be in the bonus, 3 to shoot free throws.
And Vickers is going to take a seat with 4 fouls as Wilt checks back in the game. It's 45-44 in favor of Collinsville. Haynes with his 2nd. He's off the mark. Boomer with another rebound. He's got about 15 tonight. Gets it real quick to Archer. Archer goes to lay it in. He's just off the mark. Good defense by Haynes. And Upton's coming to run back, but he's got no help as all the Cardinals came back hard. Out to Knight. Knight with a long 2. He misses his first one of the night. Rebound again by Haynes, and he loses it. Good defense by Boomer, and that's going to go to the Bulldogs. So Haynes has really been rebounding well.
The only person with foul trouble in the game right now for the Cardinals is Riley Witt with 2, Riley Witt with 3, Kagan Hodges with 2.
Kagan Hodges just picking up his 3rd right there. Again, they're trying to find some answer for Haynes, who's come in and really made his presence known down low.
Yeah, he has 10 points on the evening.
Quick catch and release. A one-handed shot from Upton because due to good defense from Archer, he finds it. So to take the lead at 46-45 with 6:45 left to go in this game, the Bulldogs with the 1-point lead, and Boomer of the Cardinals taking it down the court. Looks like the Bulldogs have switched back to their man defense. Archer takes the ball up, misses, but he gets his rebound, but he slides out of bounds. Coach Anderson is not thrilled with the no call down there on Archer. Archer's driving hard, a lot of contact. No call from the officials.
He just doesn't understand how our guys are going in there, and he feels like they're getting fouled, and so that's what he's asking the ref.
Massey into Upton. Upton, who's been making some nice shots here in the second half. A good cut into Surratt. Surratt gets blocked, but it looks like we have a foul call before the block. That's going to be another one on Kagan Hodges. So his 4th foul, he quickly picks up his 4th. And Coach Anderson can't believe it. How come it's being on one side and not on the other? And that's one of his issues. Surratt drains his first to make it a 2-point game, 47-45 with 6:14 left to go. And if you're Coach Anderson, you put Vickers in with 4 fouls or keep Hodgins in with 4 fouls.
And it looks like Vickers is coming into the game for Hodges. And so now the 2 big guys who get all the minutes, both with 4 fouls, he's going to have Vickers battle it out. And then when Vickers picks up his 5th, then he'll have Kagan Hodges come in and battle it out. We have Cole Walden on the bench, and he is the only other post tonight. Alex Majike not available. So they only have 1 more post if both Hodges and Vickers were to foul out.
So the Cardinals find themselves down by 3. Archer tries to take a quick pass, gets it out, and we have, looks like a timeout. Coach Anderson, he's going to call a timeout, trying to slow the game down a little bit for his guys, get this play he wants, as he understands every possession is important right now.
Yeah, he's going to call a full timeout, sit his guys down, talk to them about just keeping their heads. I know Skiatook's been converted on a couple of offensive possessions lately. So now he's going to draw up an offensive play, try and get the Cardinals back into this game. A 3-point game is nothing in a rivalry game. 5:47 left. Both teams battling really hard this is when foul trouble comes into effect. Both teams in the bonus now. The next foul, they will shoot 1 and 1. So Coach Anderson's got to keep his guys attacking.
And we promised you a good game. It's a rivalry game. Both these teams really want it, and both of them are working hard to make sure they finish out this game how they want to. Right now, Skiatook owns a 3-point lead over the home court Cardinals, and they're going to try and figure out coming out of this half. We got Vickers coming out for the Cardinals with 4 fouls. Boomer's in the game. He's been a lot of their offensive possession, whether it because he rebounds or whether because he's been getting some pretty good shots. And a big pass from Boomer, picked up by Vickers, gets it out to Kacheski. Kacheski's going to dribble and try to get it into Boomer. And now it's been a physical game, and now every bump, every push, every twist is more important in this rivalry game. Archer with a step, he takes a 2-point shot and makes it a 1-point game with 5.5 minutes left to go. So a good step back shot from Archer. We haven't seen that all day from him, as he's been mainly a great defender and a really good rebounder.
You see Sean Kacheski face guarding Jake Surratt, trying to not let him catch the ball.
Knight comes in the game. He picks up a foul from Boomer. And Boomer talks to the officials about what's going on, but that's going to send Knight to the line, and he's going to try to make it a 3-point game. So Knight, who's been pretty quiet here in this second half, he's had 1 bucket so far, but he was really on fire in that first half. He's going to come and see if he can make it a 3-point lead for the Skiatook Bulldogs. His first shot is off the backboard and out. And with 5 minutes, 10 seconds left and a 1-point lead, Knight takes his second. His second shot's off. Rebound, Kacheski. Kacheski gets it up to Boomer. Boomer looks to slow it down. And Coach Anderson's trying to get the offensive play he wants right now from the Cardinals, understanding they could reclaim the lead with this possession. A little reach-in foul there from Upton. Again, every bump, every push, someone's going to be unhappy right now. And they're in the bonus, so that's going to send Kacheski to the line for a 1-and-1.
One of the better free throw shooters for the Cardinals. So, they're fortunate to have him going to the line. He has a chance to give the Cardinals the lead.
It's a 1-and-1. Kacheski drains his first without any problem. And he's going to look to take the lead back from the Skiatook Bulldogs. Kacheski shoots. That's in and out. Rebound, Knight. It's the same team. They're both battling for it. The officials about call a jump ball on Skiatook and Skiatook.
So tied up 48. Cardinals need a defensive stop here. There's still plenty of time.
Haynes gets the ball, drives in on Vickers. He rims in and out, but depending on who that foul is on, that's Vickers' 5th, and he is done for the night. So Hodgins has to come back in the game as Vickers fouls out. He's battled the entire night, 48-48 with 4.5 minutes left to go. You hate to see that from a guy who's worked so hard all night long on the defensive boards, but Haynes just drew it out of him by being such a tough competitor and driving right into him. So as they're trying to line up exactly what's about to happen here, the officials are slowing down. And
yeah, Colton Vickers has 5, and Coach Anderson, he's taking his time talking to Kagan.
So right now we've got a little bit of a rest on the officials.
He's using as much time as he can to talk to Kagan Hodges about how he needs to come into the game and play, and really good heads-up coaching right there.
And you got Vickers sitting on the bench. Both coaches give him a high five, tell him, hey, there's not much else you could do there. That's a tough kid in Haynes. And Haynes puts up his first. He's off the mark. Was almost rebounded by Hodges. There you go.
Yeah,
even though he's taking 2 shots.
Mm-hmm.
So Haynes looks to extend the lead of the Bulldogs. That one's in and good, and they have a 1-point lead tonight with 4:30 left to go in this game. 49-48 as Boomer takes the ball down the court for the Cardinals. Boomer gets out to Kacheski. Kacheski looks. Gets it out to Hodgins. Hodgins, who's been a terror on the offensive side tonight with all his driving and dishing ability. Wilt drives the ball. He pulls up, gets it to Kacheski, gets it to Hodgins. Hodgins to Kacheski. Up to Wilt. Around to Archer. Archer's going to drive. He spins, gets it back up to Wilt. Wilt's going to drive now. Wilt puts up a shot. He's off the mark, but he was fouled. So depending if this is on Haynes now, we've got something completely different to think about.
I believe
it's on Knight. Excuse me. That's Knight's fourth. So he's one away from being done for the night, and the bigs for Skiatook now have to worry.
Yeah, you knew it was either on Knight or Haynes, and they call it on Knight. So, yeah, like you said, 4 fouls, and Riley Wilt misses his first. Needs to hit this second one to tie the game up.
Wilt, a good shooter for the Cardinals, so you expect him to make that. I know Coach Anderson did. And he ties the game up for the Cardinals. So a big shot there from Wilt with 4 minutes left to go in this game as Upton takes the ball down the court.
And they go into a zone defense, switch it up, get Sky to think a little bit, maybe force a turnover.
So they get it down low to Haynes. Haynes and misses the easy layup. Hodgins with the rebound, gets it into Boomer. Boomer looking to drive, pulls it back. And the Cardinals set up their offense. Kacheski with the ball for the Cardinals. And Upton defending tight on Kacheski. Gets out to Hodgins. Haynes way out on Hodgins, as Hodgins has proven he can drive the ball on the Bulldog defense. Boomer with the three. He's in and good. So to take a 3-point lead, Seth Boomer with another big shot for the Cardinals. Surratt gets it out to Massey. Massey back up to Surratt. Surratt's going to try from 10 feet behind. He's off the mark. Kacheski running. He comes in. He's off the mark too. Rebound again from Boomer, and he makes another 2 points. So offensive rebounding from Boomer has really carried this game, and all of a sudden, it's a 5-point game with 2:45 left to go for the Cardinals.
So here you see one of the swings, the drives that Collinsville's gone on. Haynes forces it again, and they're going to call a foul on Haynes. That'll be his fourth, and Collinsville is going crazy.
And right now, we talked about it all night. It's been electric in the stands tonight for both teams, and you've got, as it comes down to it, everything is pressurized. Everybody's got a little bit of goosebumps. Every possession matters. And in the bonus, Riley Wilt's going to go up to the line, and he's going to shoot a 1-and-1, up 5 with 2.5 minutes left to go.
These are huge free throws right now. Give him a 7-point lead with 2:34 left. We'll see if he can knock it down.
He makes his first. Sumner checks back into the game for the Bulldogs as Haynes has to take a seat with 4 fouls. So 2.5 minutes left. Wilt looks to extend this lead to 7.
And he
and
does.
He's in. So 7-point lead now from the Cardinals, who've just been a terror here in the past couple minutes. 2.5 minutes left to go. 56-49. Knight into Sumner. Sumner defended well, gets into Shooter off the mark. Excuse me. Surratt, rather. Into Sumner. Sumner with the turnaround. He's short. Into Archer. Archer defended tight, gets it through to Boomer, and Boomer's taking the ball down the court as he has most of this game. He pulls it up, knowing they've got a 7-point lead with 2 minutes left in the game. And he's going to drive now. And he's off the mark for seemingly the first time this half.
You see Seth Boomer making a heads-up play, wasting a few more seconds, pulling it out there. And Skiatook now forcing a lot of shots. Archer blocks it there. Jaron Knight gets it.
And he airballs. He misses everything right there. So some good heads-up defense by Archer. He's going to come up, block Massey's shot. Knight puts a slow shot in there, and he's off the mark. So with 1:45 left, the Cardinal fan base are really feeling it right now at their home court. Up 7, 56-45 left to go. And if you're Coach Brancham, what are you telling your Bulldog team? How do you get back in this game?
You're telling them take a few deep breaths. They know they can come down, hit a couple shots, and be right back in the game. I know that a lot of them are tired. You have to have them. They have to keep playing hard like they have been all game. I mean, you saw the end of the second quarter is a prime example of how fast they can get back into the game.
If you're Coach Anderson, what are you telling your team right now? You've got Hodgins out there with 4 fouls. He's been out there for seemingly this whole quarter, it feels like, with 4 fouls. He's got to be smart. You don't want to send him to the line for free shots with 1:45 left to go in this game. And as you mentioned, they could come back quick. What kind of defense is he coming out with?
Well, you saw how fired they were when they were the Sky-Took called a timeout. What he's going to try and do is they cannot foul. They can't let Sky-Took go to the free throw line, knock down 2 easy free throws. You saw Hodges one time when they got in the post. He stood straight up. He was not swiping at the ball or anything. He was making sure that was not going to happen.
All right, inbounds coming to Kucheski. It looks like it's going to be a full press for the Bulldogs. They're going to start off really giving the Cardinals some fits. And a long pass into Archer. Archer about loses it, and it's a scramble. Archer recovers, though, and gets it up to Kucheski. It looks like we're calling a quick foul on Surratt, and that's going to send Archer to the line for 2. And Surratt has to be careful there because Archer had passed the ball, and he's just off, so that beat off ball. And if he's not careful, he may get extra shots for the Cardinals.
I rebound for Archer every day in practice for his free throws. I know how good of a free throw shooter he is, so I'm hoping he knocks both these down.
Big shot for Archer, and he drains it. With no question there, Austin Archer gives the Cardinals an 8-point lead with 1:39 left to go. And they're going to call that off. Unfortunately, Boomer, who's been so good at offensive rebound, ran into the lane a bit too fast that time. And that's going to negate Archer's good free throw to keep it at an 8-point game. And the Bulldogs are going to have to hurry.
They have to make sure they know where Jake Surratt is on the court. Press out on him.
Looking to get it to Massey in the corner. Massey's short. That's Upton, but a good play by Wilt. And that's going to be a jump ball. So heads-up play by Riley Wilt. And he's going to come in and ensure that he gets the jump ball for the Cardinals.
And you see Kucheski go right over to Surratt. He was not going to let him shove one of his teammates like that.
So Kucheski playing good defensively on Surratt. He rolls off. Knight, who's been kind of cold this half, he's off on the 3-point mark. Rebound Upton. Upton's fouled hard by Boomer, and so he's going to go to the line to shoot 2. Minute 18 left to go in this game, down by 8.
And this is going to be the longest minute 18 that you felt, because both teams going to Collinsville is going to try and stall. Sky-Took going to start fouling. As you see, Stephen Upton misses the first, still an 8-point game. Collinsville has the possession arrow, so if they do get a tie up, it will still go to Collinsville.
And it's off the front of the rim this time. And a quick turnaround 3, that's off the mark. Rebound into Wilt. Good heads-up play by Boomer. And we have a walk there by Wilt. So it's a quick turnover as Boomer was looking to take that one in, and it looks like Wilt took just one too many steps there as he's trying to hurry and get to him. So minute 10 left, still up by 8. The Cardinals take defense as the Bulldogs look to attack. Massey gets it out to Surratt. Surratt with a 3-point shot. That's off the mark. Rebound, Massey. So Massey's battling down in there for every ball. He throws up a shot. That's off the mark. Rebound, Boomer. Boomer's fouled hard by Surratt, and he looked like he grabbed him that time.
And there goes Kucheski again right after Surratt.
And Kucheski, who's been playing really good defense, we didn't really note it because Surratt hadn't had such a good second half rather. He had such a good first half. Kucheski really stepped up his game in the second half and kind of shutting down Surratt.
And Sky-Took's going to call a full timeout. Seth Boomer going to the line. This time he cannot get a lane violation to negate the point. He can, but Coach Anderson's going to talk to him. Usually you don't see it by a shooter. So right now Coach Anderson's trying to calm his team down, tell him we can't have any stupid fouls. You have to make sure you find the shooters. Jake Surratt, he's the biggest one. He has 17 tonight, a silent 17. Collinsville playing so good defense on everyone else, you don't really notice. So, I mean, a really good job by the Cardinals this late in the game. You see, Collinsville had a chance to go up by 10. Riley Wilt with the travel. Heads up, he was trying to make the right play, just wasn't there. And it's a great environment right now.
Yeah, it's the most electric it's been this season so far in this field house for the Cardinals. You could really feel the rivalry. You could feel both sets of teams. Sky-Took brought seemingly their entire school out here tonight, and they're cheering hard. The Cardinals have their fan base lined up and ready to go, and it's going to be exciting. I mean, we've had an exciting game this entire time. The Cardinals on the latest run. But again, you mentioned the Bulldogs can really come back and score. So it's an 8-point game, but nobody's safe with a minute left as Boomer takes his first shot of 2. Boomer drains his first to make it a 9-point game, so at least 3 possessions. And Boomer drains it to make it a double-digit game right now, 10-point game for the home team Cardinals. And Kucheski with some good defense on Surratt. He's driving fast. He's going to lay it up. He's fouled, and he scored. So Kucheski, who's been fired up on defense tonight, but not quite the offensive power as some of the other guys, comes up, and he's got a great play there for the Cardinals. Kucheski finishes off the three-point play. Again, just his 6 points of the game, but really coming at a good time for all his free throw shots and every bucket he's made. A long three for Surratt. That's off the mark. Rebound by Massey, who's been doing that. He turns, tries to take a three. Blocked again by Archer. Archer comes back. Massey off the mark. Rebound Boomer, who's been doing it all game. He's immediately fouled by Massey. And frustration on the face of Garrett Massey as he's had some good looks. Usually those drop for him. He just couldn't get it to fall tonight.
Yeah, good job by Seth Boomer to dribble it out. He wants to shoot the free throws after having a pretty good night at the line. I know he missed a couple of front ends of the fouls, but towards the end he's really stepped up, and he has 18 points. He misses that free throw.
And 26.9 seconds left. You're up 10. There's not a lot of pressure on this shot here, but you still want to see one of your top players drain it. And he makes everybody wait to miss that shot. And here comes Surratt down the court, gets it into Massey. Massey drives, steps back. Another long off-balance shot. That's a rebound, Archer. Archer rebounds it, and it looks like the Bulldogs have said enough tonight as the Collinsville Cardinals have gone on an offensive terror here in the last couple minutes. And Archer's going to dribble it out, 8-7, 6-5. It's 62-49. It's going to be your final in this rivalry game, and everybody's up and excited. The whole bench is excited for the Cardinals. And we'll be back to give you the game recap after this.
In as little as 12 months, with a diploma from Spartan College, you could have a career in aviation and beyond. At Spartan, you don't just study airplanes, you're surrounded by them. Some 40 at our flight campus, another 20 at our technology campus. This is a college where you can pilot planes, repair planes, learn everything there is to know about planes, inside and out.
Welcome back to an electric field house here in Collinsville. As you saw, the Cardinals come up with a 62-49 victory, and it wasn't that far the entire game. This is the biggest lead of the game, was the final score. And talk to us about that game. Give us a quick recap of how we got here.
Well, you saw the first quarter, Collinsville come out, run and gun, the total opposite of what we thought we were going to see. Run and gun. I think it was 18-11 after the first quarter. Second quarter, the start of the second quarter was great by the Cardinals. Towards the end is when Skiatook went on a run, tied it up at halftime. I believe it was 28-28. Then third quarter, fourth quarter, Collinsville, third quarter really battled. Both teams battled. They really kept their heads third quarter. Fourth quarter, you saw Collinsville towards the end of the game. Both at the beginning of the quarter, both teams still battling. Towards the end of the game, start to pull away, hit some key shots. Skiatook could not convert on some key shots. The main thing was offensive rebounding. Collinsville did a great job. They always got second chance points. That's what, if you were to tally up the second chance points, I think you would have 15 plus, and that's a great stat total.
And you see that coming from your big guy, the guys who are your big name players. Seth Boomer coming in. I mean, it seemed like every time there was a rebound to be had, he was snatching it offensively and defensively. You got Kagan Hodges driving, which we don't normally see. We got Vickers playing tough. And Archer coming in. He's making some big shots. He's calling for the ball. He's pushing the pace, playing good defense. And everybody's flying in on the rebounds. Everybody's crashing the boards, whether it's the girls or the boys tonight. Collinsville, you can tell, has really worked on making sure the rebounds are theirs. How does that affect their game moving forward?
Well, they gain a lot of confidence from this game. I know Skiatook winning the Bishop Kelly tournament a lot of people were surprised. A lot of people were scared about this game, fans. I know Coach Anderson, he taxed this game just like any other game. I mean, he kept the players poised, and that was a huge thing about this game. But I mean, Collinsville, they had their heads in the game the whole game. It was just a great victory.
What do you see for the division moving forward for both the Lady Cardinals who won and the Cardinals who won tonight?
Well, Collinsville, you see there, have a great offensive game, 62 points. You saw them struggle in the Coweta game offensively. Did pretty good in the Claremore game. A score to note, Coweta beat Claremore by 1 this week. So that just showed you how close Collinsville is. I know they had a tough offensive night versus Coweta, but they were able to battle, and they battled and played really well offensively tonight.
Well, tonight we have a good note for Collinsville fans here from Cardinal TV, as both the girls won tonight from a big effort from Mallory Vaughn, as well as defensive effort from them, and a big effort from the boys game as we had an electric field house. I know I keep saying it, but I can't even tell you. You could feel the tension. You could feel the excitement. It was an amazing game from the boys game, and we hope you join us next time from Cardinal TV. I'm Randall Dolan, and this is Logan Wilt. Thanks for joining us.